Hey guys, it's me, Zycrypt, and I'm really tired, but, my brain hurts. So if you see my keystrokes on the left, I have some buttons, and I'm going to be saying what each of the buttons do and how it's actually useful and not stupid, because for some reason John Longears and Hot 100 Wins think it's stupid, but it's my preference, so I don't care. If you were paying attention, then you'd probably see that when I zoomed in, it was Q. If you look on the keystrokes, you see Q. That's Optifine Zoom, and here's how it's useful. Alright, so here's how it's useful. Say I can't necessarily see what my enemy is wearing. If I zoom in, I use my ring finger to zoom in, so I can see who I'm fighting while I'm moving, and that really offers a good competitive advantage so that I can continue to move towards that while I'm moving. And the problem with using C is that you have your ring finger on W, which doesn't let you access A as easy. So if you need to strafe, you have to move your ring finger and put your middle finger down just to strafe. And then we move on to my second hotkey, F. It goes to my 5 slot, and let me just show you a quick example of why this is useful. I went Enderman because I keep my 5 slot, I keep pearls in it. If I don't keep pearls, I probably keep things like eggs. And it's useful because you can easily just put your pointer there and you're not really moving your hand. Because usually my pointer has D, but when I put my pointer with F, it's so simple to just pearl away in that situation. I'm not sure I need to explain why I would put eggs and things in the F slot, because it has the same purpose of the 5 slot, but for combos. R is my next hotkey. It goes to my 6 slot, and this one is useful for gapples, and that's about it. But there's gapples in pretty much every game that I play that is PvP related. There's pretty much gapples in every game that is PvP related. See, we're just against this person, and whenever you're, in a fight, let's just say this guy's playing a noob strategy, so he's probably not that good. Okay, well, I think I'm just bad because I'm running 51 FPS. But also, I'm just bad in general. This guy is really annoying, but okay, I got him. Then I'm gonna gapple up right after I switch to my sword. And I use the same finger for F slot as I do for R slot, which is 5 and 6. So I can use my pointer very, very easily just to switch every time I kill. Of course, in this situation, I'm not going to gap because I can just score. X is a really complicated one, and this is my 7th slot. I'm going in that order. It's complicated because it's not the most useful hotkey. X is a little bit of an awkward position because you can either put your thumb, which is really bad, and I do not recommend doing it because spacebar is very good to always be ready for. And if you put your pointer down, then you cannot strafe without moving your middle finger. And essentially it's just really bad, but it's better than reaching your hand all the way over to 7, and I'm sure most people could agree on that. To show this better, let me show you this. Now, I would put eggs in my 2 slot to combo like I do with my fishing rod, but if I'm using a fishing rod and I'm just going to be using eggs for basic stuff, egging people off of the area. If I have a fishing rod, where do I put my eggs and stuff? Wow, this is really bad. I didn't get eggs. Okay, pretend this regen pot is eggs. If I have this slot occupied and I have my 5 slot occupied, then X is pretty good, and I usually use my thumb, even though it's really bad to use your thumb. You probably shouldn't. It's really awkward, and you shouldn't do it. but I do. And it's kind of just, simple. Pretty fast. It goes pretty nice. The next one is Z, and Z goes to my 8 slot. And I usually use my thumb for this one. This one, I don't use many things in it. Usually Z is just there for any random item that I have. If I need to eat food, it's probably in Z because all the other ones have a better use. And Z is probably my second place to put my fishing rod if I really just don't want to put my fishing rod in 2. Because you're not going to be sprint jumping and pulling out your fishing rod because in PvP you don't want to sprint jump. You just don't want to jump in general. So if I'm going to be doing some close combat, I'm not going to be necessarily jumping, which means I can put my fishing rod in Z, press Z, rod, and then everything's pretty nice.
There's no example because I'm bad.
This is the final and most important hotkey of them all, and it's V. V, you can rarely do with your thumb. I would not use V for your thumb. I bet no one is going to change their hotkeys to what I'm doing, but if you use V, don't use your thumb for V because it's a bad habit and is really just not that good. What you should do, or at least in my opinion, what I think is best would be to use your pointer. And you might be like, but my pointer really restricts some things because the pointer is very important. And I agree, pointer's quite important, but I would say that if you're going to be using your pointer, you're probably going to be using it for D and to strafe. But V is usually for blocks, and I'm not going to be block clutching and also strafing at the same time. I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. So it's also quite good if you're fighting, you're using your frog, you go up to that, and it's just really simple and easy, and it's just good. I mean, that's usually where I get criticized for my hotkeys on V. Okay, I just got wrecked by that guy. That guy was good. But V is quite important, and I think that it's pretty good. Overall, my hotkeys is Zoom Q, F5, R6. Wow, F5 and R6 are things. That's feeling kind of weird. I will not lie. X7, that's also a thing. Z8 and V9. And, yep, that's it.